Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently 55,133, up 7.38%. Ethereum 35.48, up 2.11%. My goal is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, and also gain real wealth in the process. Rule 774, master yourself to master the market. Mastering yourself begins with the choice of what you focus your life trend on. Is it simply money, or is it more? Is it money plus meaning? Meaning is from inner and outer peace, gratitude, happiness, empathy and love, fulfillment and meaning. You can have those components of real wealth long before you get your financial goals. It's really important to focus your life trend on both. Real wealth starts with an understanding that you are worthy and unique. You deserve kindness, love, meaning, and every success in life. When we look at KS Zone analysis, the 4 stages that every single investor and trader progresses through to become consistently profitable and attain real wealth, the starting points are panic, zone 1, blame, zone 2. This is all about certainty and the fact that the markets are never certain. We always start each episode with a mastery quote. Zone 3 requires that you master yourself to enter. Zone 2 and Zone 1 are all about seeking certainty, but they're all about fear, both internal and external. It doesn't mean that someone can't be profitable in Zones 1 and 2. They can be, but the issue is being consistently profitable. That is about Zone 3, about probabilistic fearlessness, knowledge and forgiveness of past mistakes, and overcoming fears through accountability and learning. However, many professional traders and investors can inhabit Zone 3 but not Zone 4. Zone 4 is all about meaning. It's about inner peace and outer peace, being authentic, being the same person you are in private as you are in public. It's about gratitude and worthiness, integrity, honor, and self-worth. Zone 1 and Zone 2 behavior can be thought of as the Queen song, I want it all and I want it now. What a great song. But unfortunately, it's not the way to trade and invest. Zone 1 and Zone 2 are kind of like an on-off switch for a light. People in Zone 1 and Zone 2 want 100% certainty. They have to be 100% correct 100% of the time and not make any loss. It's like you're playing darts and you have to hit the bullseye every single time and you can never miss. Zone 3 and Zone 4 are all about scaling in and scaling out. It's about discipline, probabilities, awareness, and being okay with the fact that losses are the fee that the markets cost. For tuition, it's all about having a if-then-else statement in your head. If things go well, I do this, and if they don't go well, I do that. Patience, of course, is really important. Looking at investment substitutability, the proxy for stocks, S&P 500, is up 27% over the past year. Gold is down 7%. Bitcoin is up 415%. When people see these incredible returns, they think the crypto just goes up. We know that is absolutely not the case. Crypto is really volatile. Bitcoin, which is a very, very stable crypto, can witness exceptional drawdowns most of the time. These kind of drawdowns only happen very rarely, infrequently in the stock markets. That's why when we look at Bitcoin and other cryptos, it's really important to understand that volatility is always there. It's always present, going up and down. We've seen that the combined market capitalizations of Bitcoin and Ethereum, the 2 dominant cryptos in the space, have passed above this line 2, which is a line of major structural resistance. They're just below the line of positive momentum, When the combined market caps get above the line of positive momentum, we would expect probabilistically that the uptrend would be confirmed. But that's not to say that we won't have volatility to the up and downside. I'd like to point out something here. You can see this grayish line. That is the price action of the Nasdaq. I'll just make that a bit clearer for you. There you go. We can see basically what happened in the past session. The Nasdaq dropped, Bitcoin dropped, and then the Nasdaq rallied, Bitcoin rallied. There is always interdependencies between markets. Many people are saying that the stock market is decoupling from the crypto market. Is simply not true. All markets are substitutes for each other. The thing to note is that there is a directional correlation between the Nasdaq and Bitcoin. What people fail to see, and it's probably because they don't come from a mathematical statistical background, directional correlation means as the Nasdaq moves up, typically Bitcoin cryptos will move up, but at a much higher rate. And when it moves down, the cryptos will move down. You can see the Nasdaq moving down, but when it started to repair here, we can see things getting going. If we look across past action, it becomes pretty apparent that that directional correlation exists. Very few people understand directional correlation. Rule 45, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, is built on this concept of directional correlation. For example, you can see Bitcoin going up at the moment. There are certain alts not going up, and there are others going up. You can say, oh, well, there's no correlation between Bitcoin and Solana, for example, because Solana is down 1.6%. Bitcoin is up 6.27%. Or you could say the same with ADA. We'll get to this a little bit later on, but here is Bitcoin's fingerprint underneath Binance Coin, underneath ADA, underneath XRP, underneath Solana, underneath DOGE, underneath DOT. What you see is that the majority of these alts are moving directionally with Bitcoin. For example, even in a case with, for example, Sol, when Sol goes up, Bitcoin goes up. When it goes down, Sol goes down. Now we're seeing a divergence here. These are fantastic things to look for. I see this as an absolute opportunity to get in. I'm just going to zoom in on Solana to show you what directional correlation means. As Bitcoin comes up, we can see it in this fingerprint. It's coming up. Solana is coming up. Bitcoin comes down. Solana comes down. We have a slight divergence here, but that's all part of the mechanics. Nothing is 100%, but probabilistically, you can see that it's coming down. And then when Bitcoin goes up, it comes up. It's a really fascinating thing to watch. You can see this particular reversal in Bitcoin's pattern playing out here. This is all about directional correlation. It's a very unknown factor in the crypto markets. You can even see it in the current price action. What we've seen is an uptick in Bitcoin, an uptick in Solana, a downtick in Bitcoin, a downtick in price. This happens right across the crypto industry. I'll come back to all of these later, but it's just a really important concept and understanding to know that Bitcoin's fingerprint is playing out and no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. When you see divergences like this, to me, that's a buy signal. Of course, you need to do what exactly is good for you. It's important to know that no expert knows your needs and requirements. They don't know if you're a trader or an investor, a speculator, a gambler. There's so many different things. Please always do your own research and have a strategy for up and down. Looking at the Fear and Greed Index, we can see that the Fear and Greed Index is on its romp. It's romping its way higher. Currently, this reading of 76 is extreme greed. Let's have a look into Bitcoin's technicals. Bitcoin is currently trading at 54,640. We can see it's made a really strong push through and it's now retracing. It's hit a particular level of resistance. It's just consolidating. One thing that we know, this is a very strong wave up. We would expect a wave down or a retest of major structural support at some stage. One thing that I look at personally, we've got very good support at 52,658 as well as the 50,000 psychological level, 5389 and 49,691. That's basically 9% below the current price. It's more than possible that we could get a long tail rejection. What that means, price could come back, test this supply here and then shoot up very quickly. That's a really idealistic idea on how to place your buy orders through layering if you're seeking to get into the market. You can see that we also have a very nice support line coming through here. Price could potentially hit that support line and bounce up. Anything can happen in crypto, so always think about the best and the worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Turning to Ethereum, we can see Bitcoin's fingerprint in the background here. Bitcoin rallied up, so did Ethereum. Bitcoin consolidated, coming down, so is Ethereum. We can also see a line of support coming into play at around 34.90. Ethereum is currently 35.15. Ethereum is having a level of difficulty getting above the 36.49 mark. This blue line, this is a line of major structural resistance. The 35.90 mark is also quite strong. It's possible that Ethereum could come down, seek to consolidate, potentially around the 33.19 mark, to gather momentum and strength to push through these levels. If you're new to the community, you might be wondering, why are these lines here? What is for example, a structural resistance line or a structural support line? If you look at episode 93, drawing structural support and structural resistance lines, this is quite good. I'll make sure I also put that on the Coffee Club site at buymeacoffee.com. Rule 94. Let price come to you. This is the philosophy of our community. We don't chase things, we just wait patiently and let price come to us by buying in layers if you want to go in. As a crypto trading channel, traders are always in and out of price movement. The other thing to note is price is always moving in a wave. It's always coming up and down. As traders, we tend to risk off at times of structural uncertainty and then risk back on when things repair technically. As an investor, you may just want to hold, or you may have a small percentage of your funds for trading. Trading is very profitable if you do it correctly. Turning to Bitcoin options expiring at the end of the month, October 29th, put call ratio 0.39, total open interest 32,467, and max pain price, the price at which the majority of the options will expire worthless, is 45,000. When you see a low put call ratio, it means there are a lot of long positions. People are actually expecting higher prices. The thing to understand, well, when you see a very high put call ratio, it's the opposite direction. There's a lot of clustering on the sell side. Roughly 70% of options expire worthless. This is really important to keep in mind. These are bets on the market's direction. Turning to Ethereum options, for options expiring at the end of October, the put call ratio 0.48, we can see some longs, some calls up here. Max pain price 3,200, with the majority of the options for Ethereum expire worthless. Total open interest 191,810. Looking at the stablecoin supply ratio for Bitcoin, the SSR oscillator, we can see stablecoins are being deployed into the market and into Bitcoin, which is supporting its current price. There's a strong correlation between price and futures open interest across all exchanges. We can see the price being supported as the open interest increases. What we're seeing now is a bit of a dip. Let's have a look. With total futures open interest is 17.6 billion. Let's just look at the current figure. The current figure is 17.84. That means it's looking good for continued price increase. It's good that we're starting to get more liquidations in the market. This is confirming or attempting to confirm a trend change. 24-hour liquidations around 422 million across 102,637 trading positions. In the past 12 hours, approximately 55% of liquidations were long. We can see that it's a little bit starting for the day in terms of liquidations right now, but across in the last period of time, we're seeing liquidations starting to kick up. This is a really good sign. We want to see liquidations increasing because that tends to confirm a trend change. You can see this really big liquidation of shorts around $1 billion. This liquidation of longs, 3.22 billion. What happened between the 2 points? Price went up. And then what happened after this long liquidation when the longs were all liquidated? Well, not all, but a very large number of them. Price went down. This is why we look at this data. It's really important we keep our eye on the stablecoin side of the crypto market. We can see USDT decreasing in terms of circulating supply and the safer stablecoin USDC increasing in terms of its circulating supply. BUSD is decreasing at the moment, as is DAI, and we can see PAX not doing too much at the moment. Looking specifically at USDT, for a $68 billion asset class, we don't see any real open interest here. People are not interested in shorting it. This means that USDT is relatively safe as a stablecoin at present. Rule 109, enhance pattern recognition. Let's quickly revisit Rule 45, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. When we look at the top 33 cryptos from Binance, what do we see? Bitcoin is the yellow line. When this yellow line goes down, what happens to crypto? You can see this confluence, this gravity. When it goes up, what happens to cryptos? When it goes up, what happens? When it goes up, it's very easy to see in this particular case because Bitcoin went up so much. Let's do a bit of pattern recognition. This is Axie Infinity, this top leader. We can see Axie Infinity. What is that trend that is happening? Is that on the way up or the way down? What do you think? What sort of trend line could you draw? For example, if we go to this particular peak and then pick this one and just draw it down. I'm not trying to pick any other things except these two peaks. And I just draw it down. What do we see? What is this price action telling you? It's really important that you gain the skills to do this kind of analysis by yourself. It will make you a fantastic investor and trader. Why don't we just draw one more line? Perhaps picking this bottom and that bottom and then just extending it. Remember, we don't care about any price action to the right. It's almost that we just join two dots and extend. Don't try to make it fit price action. That's where you can go very wrong. Now, what do we see here? We see that Axie Infinity has a level of support. It's just a little bit under that level at the moment. But what do we see here? This downward pressure is starting to be alleviated because we're actually finding a level of support. Now, all of investing and trading is probabilistic. That means there are no certainties. But what kind of certainty would you give for Axie Infinity going up as opposed to it going down? Please let me know in the comments section. Just perhaps give me a percentage figure. Axie Infinity, ASX, X% up, Y% down, whatever numbers you would like. Trading and investing is all out about probability. All out probability, absolutely correct. If you want certainty, there are things called fixed term deposits from banks. That's about the only certain thing you'll get. When it comes to the markets, it's all uncertain. If you can embrace that uncertainty and work within it, you'll do really, really well. All of these charts are on the 30-minute. You can see the 30-minute here, but you can see the 30-minute after each of the names, the pairs as well. Let's have a look at Binance Coin. Binance Coin currently trading at 4.30 and 30 cents. Good support at 422.30. Also 380.90 and 357.40. Also at 327.20. Having a look at ADA Cardano, resistance at 2478, 2316, 2238, current price 2184, support at 2129 and 1993. Having a look at XRP, XRP is currently trading at 10650, support below at 10424, at 9907, 9573 and 9147, resistance above at 10851. Solana currently trading at 153.75, support below 150.35, 139.92, 129.89, resistance above 164.97, 174.34. Looking at Doge, Doge is currently trading at 24.26, support below 23.60, 22.38, 21.44 and 20.40, resistance above at 25.08. Having a look at DOT now. DOT currently trading at 31.31. Ooh, what a cool number. Support below is 30.05, 28.56, 27.28. Resistance above 31.67, 32.77 and 34.26. Let's have a look at another 6. Now what I want you to do here is pay particular attention to Bitcoin's fingerprint. That's that orange goldy line flowing through all the charts. What do you notice? When you have a look at Luna, do you see anything interesting? Uni, see anything interesting in there? AVAX, what are you noticing about AVAX price compared to the price of Bitcoin? What are you noticing about Chainlink? What about Litecoin? What about Bitcoin Cash? It's quite interesting, isn't it? Please let me know in the comments below. This is very much all part of training your pattern recognition skills. It's a very, very valuable thing to do. If you're an AVAX holder, please let me know what you think is driving this difference between Bitcoin and AVAX. Having a look across the markets, we can see Bitcoin has been doing very well. The Nasdaq, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the Russell 2000, they're all still under resistance. You can tell by just drawing a trend line with your eye. That's why pattern recognition is so powerful. For example, if we just draw a line on the Nasdaq from this peak to this peak, what do we see? It's under resistance. You can do that for all of the other ones. I'm just doing a slightly different form of analysis here. I wanted to show you what happened in the Nasdaq in the past trading session. It did really well. It got above resistance. There is a directional correlation playing out and always does play out. It takes many decades in the market to understand the interconnectedness of markets. What are we noticing about the volatility? This is the stock market's VIG gauge. What do you notice about that pattern? Is it going up or down? To me, it looks like it's going up. What about the US dollar? The US dollar currency index, the DXY, it's going up. What do we notice about these two? This is the bond price, T-bond futures. This is the 10-year Treasury note yield, the TNX. What do we notice about these two? They're mirror images of each other. What do we notice about gold? Has gold passed a level of resistance? Just looking at the 1 day, we could just draw a line from this peak to this peak and just pull it down. What do we notice about that? Gold is passing across resistance. What do we notice about light crude oil? How is it moving? It's going up quite strongly. Let's quickly hop across to CoinMarketCap and look at the leaderboard. There's 12,418 cryptos in the crypto market right now. That's a lot. The top leaders: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, Tether, XRP, Solana, USDC, and DOGE. Let's look at the greatest gainers over the past 24 hours. SHIB, Arweave, Phantom, Bitcoin Gold, Stellar, XMR, BTCB, DYDX, and Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the greatest gainers over the past 7 days. SHIB, Axie Infinity, Arweave, Phantom, FTM, Icon, ICX, Bitcoin Gold, BTG, Clay, QTUM, and Tezos, XTZ. Let's have a look the other way. The greatest losses over the past 24 hours: DOGE, AVAX, AMP, Theta, Telcoin, REN, Algo, OMG, OKB. Let's look at the greatest losses over the past 7 days: AVAX, DYDX, XEC, PERP, IOST, HT, Leo, Atom, and USDC. Turning to Binance derivatives, we can see 24-hour trading volume at 100, that's a lot of money, 100.16 billion, and 24-hour open interest, 10.8 billion. We can also see the price pressure. That's really what this analysis is showing us, and it's all about the relative price pressure. The change in the price of the contract in the past 24 hours is the column we want to look at. The link for this is in the description of this video. We can see Bitcoin 7% positive price pressure. Just look at it that way. Ethereum 1.2%. We can see Bitcoin is getting the attention. Poor old Ethereum feels left out. Let's have a look at the others, the greatest gainers if you like. SHIB, FTM, NKN, XLM are all above 10%. Let's go the other way. We don't see anything greater than negative 10%. So the market is pretty hot right now. I'd just like to thank all the incredibly generous community members who have reached out and bought me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/cryptotradingks. Thanks so much, everyone. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video if you think it will help others. Thank you to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from and if you have any questions. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.